Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back, it's Charlie. It's Monday, May 21st, around 11:30 in the morning. Ooh. Lighting's not so great. It's just a slightly cooler day and a little wetter than it has been. It's been like this since about around 6:30 this morning. It's not, you know what? Honestly, I don't care. It's not so bad today. For me, honestly, the sun's shining a little bit, the birds are chirping, butterflies are fluttering, bees are buzzing. Not literally, except for the birds. But it's a good morning. I got a lot accomplished this morning. By 9 this morning. I have a good feeling about this week. I'm very, very positive. Trying to stay on track. Trying to be as focused as I can. And yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I got a lot accomplished this morning by 9 this morning. So made some. Was able to make some appointments today. So yeah, I think oh yeah, there's always something happening over here at the county courthouse. No, it's yeah, I feel really good about this week. And even though my buddies and I kind of are dreading the Memorial Day weekend solely because on these kind of holidays, the library is usually closed on Sunday and Monday, which kind of takes things away from us. And like I said before, and that's, well, it's not so much as the Wi-Fi, but it's the electricity. So we need to make sure that we have things charged up. I have to make sure that I have my external batteries charged up, my laptop. I mean, I could always go to Starbucks if need be, but it's no big deal. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things coming down my way. Seems like I can almost hear a door creaking open, opportunity knocking. So yeah, it's really cool. Excuse me. So I was kind of like asked pretty much how I can tell stories and recollect things so vividly and as if things were scripted. Let me explain something to you. When I was younger, especially in high school, I had this uncanny nature for actually I almost had a career in radio because I had a very commanding voice. I can direct. I'm very authoritative. I give good directions, especially, you know, working in retail and retail management, and you're in charge of you know, $1 million store, and you have to do sales, and you have to direct people, and you have subordinates that you have to tell and command, and you have to solve problems with and issues with customers that have problems. And you have to go and delegate and make peace and whatnot. So if I sound like maybe things are scripted or I'm reading off, I'm not. It's just me. This is Charlie. This is how I've always been. And I've always had this also other uncanny nature of doing voices, that which actually was another thing that my friends and a lot of my friends' parents thought that I was probably going to do I remember my one buddy's mother said that I could be the next Mel Blanc. So yeah, I could do voices, and I could piss off a lot of people in the sense that I can mimic you. I can imitate you almost to a T. So yeah, nothing here is scripted. How do I know so much? Well, as my friend says, well, bro, you're living the life. How could you not know? How could you not know what's around you? You know, when you're in this position of life as my friends and I am, things adhere to you. You see things and they stay with you forever. I mean, it's, excuse me, it's etched into your DNA. And this is something, this homeless life situation is impregnated in your DNA and it stays with you forever. This is PTS. This is a whole different PTS. Aside, I'm not comparing to a veteran by any means, no. But it is somewhat of a suburban warfare. And it's a warfare of economic classes. I'm poor, they're rich. It's warfare. It's a warfare of economics. It's a war of law. And it's a constant battle for every day that you're out here, every hour, every minute, every day, every week, every month. Things stay with you, and the recollection comes up automatically. I mean, instantaneously. It's like automatically a button is pressed, and you know. So, and actually, if you've gone to the other YouTube channel that I had created for James Jacobs and his foundation, you'll see how I've done. And none of that was scripted either. My videography, my photography, when I was doing testimonials with a couple of homeless people, that's all off the cuff. You know, that's just the way I am. So, and that's another reason that's what gives me the strength for being able to survive out here. You know, so, and still, even though I'm not part of that group anymore, I'm not part of that foundation, I still have a lot of people that come to me and ask me for advice, and even just recently they wanted to know, I've had a lot of people come and ask me, is he going to be doing is he going to do the Memorial Day feeding as, you know, he would do every year? And I said, I don't know, I haven't worked for him in over a year. And it's always the same question, well, why not? Because you were so good, and, you know, we need you, and, you know, you were always there for us and everything. And yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad that I was able to touch so many people's lives in this capacity, that they still come to me for information, some advice. It makes me feel good. At least I don't feel like such a wastoid, you know? At least even out here, I'm affecting, or I have affected positively other people's lives. Some have moved on. Some have been lucky enough to move on to better things, better places. Some maybe not. Some have just maybe moved away, and it's unfortunate. I've lost some friends. I've had about a handful of good friends that have passed on, and most recently with my friend Chris Tyler. Last year he passed away. A very most horrible death. He wasn't doing too well towards the end. He ended up having a severe hernia. It was pretty much a blowout. I mean, he couldn't even walk. He was a stubborn guy. He didn't, when he was sick, he almost didn't like to go to the doctor because he didn't want to be troublesome. And I remember the last day that I spoke to him, the last day I ever got to see him, he was really, really doing awful. He was barely made it up 8 steps up the back of the library, and he was having a hard time breathing, and he was in pain. And I go, Chris, I go, you know what? I know you're stubborn. I go, don't be an asshole. I go to the doctor, dude. You got the insurance. Go do something for yourself. Yeah, I think you're right. So it turned out that he did have a really bad hernia, a blowout. So they did emergency surgery. There were complications. He had a stroke. Then he had a heart attack. Then they induced a coma, and he was on a ventilator for almost a week. 2 more heart attacks being on the ventilator, and he passed away. And young man, very, very, very intelligent young man. I mean, you wouldn't think that he was homeless. He was part of a good Christian group, Grace Church Services here in Pasadena. They have a chapter out of the senior center, and he would always he loved God, he loved life. To look at him, you would say he's very out of shape, but I'll tell you one thing: that man was light on his feet. He loved to swing dance. He used to be a lifeguard when he was younger. He had a beautiful voice. He could sing like you wouldn't believe. And yeah, so when I talk the way I talk, it's because I'm living it. I see this all the time. It stays with me. It's something that you'll never forget. You could be out here a year and then it just stays with you. It's bad. It's societal warfare. So yeah, nothing scripted here. Nothing scripted here. So, and things like what's going on behind me. You just stay, it just stays with you. So in answer to that bit of a question, that's why. I know that there's a lot of shows out there on YouTube as well that are scripted. I've even had people tell me, why don't you do something gimmicky and stuff like that? 'Cause it's not about the gimmicks. I know a lot of people think that maybe if I do something weird or stupid, silly, and crazy, maybe I'll get more viewership. I'll get more recollection. Yeah, it's not about the money. It's not really about getting monetized. That's maybe an extra incentive, but it's about how things are really, really getting bad in our society. And in this country alone, more so in this country. I hope you folks were able to check out my friend Mark's channel. Because like I said, that man does a lot of wonders for this community, the homeless community. See, and he has a great talent that I can't do. See, I'm not good at interviewing people. I don't have the patience as I get older to do that. I'm better with nature than I am with humans. That's why it's easy for me to talk to you in this format. And there's just a handful of people that I can talk to in life. One of them being Mark, when he comes by and, you know, he says, Charlie, what are you doing? I'm going to be in town or whatever, you know, can I meet up with you? You know, can I do an interview with you? And yeah, that's fine. You know, and then I never used to like to be photographed. I never used to like to be in front of a camera. I've always been behind the camera. I think they say that photographers don't like to be in front of the camera. Yeah, but I've since changed my attitude, and everything that I do out here, I have to change. I have to change my ways. We all have to change our ways in life. We all have to go accordingly with life's unpredictability. You know, as I was coming back from the GR office, I was thinking, because I made the comment, you know, about falling off the horse and roping that fucker and just getting back on. I don't know what it was, but I flashed back to when I was a kid in the 70s, and you know, I'm really going to date myself here. Back in the 70s, there were board games were popular, and there was one game that was a lot of fun. For those of you that are old enough to remember, a game called Perfection, where it had all these weird little shapes and stuff on a grid, maybe 20-25 pieces. The box was blue, the board was red, and the little pieces with different shapes were yellow. And you had to press down on the bed, and you had maybe about 30 to 40 seconds to fit like 20-25 pieces before the timer went off and up sprung the board. And everything that you put in order, all the little pieces that you put in there, snapped up, and you had to start all over again. The object was to make sure you get all 20-25 pieces in there, hit the button so that it wouldn't spring up. That's the way life is. That's another little analogy that I could say is, life is like a game of perfection. If you don't do it in time, if you're not able to put all the pieces of your life together and it springs up, you just start all over again. And that's the way life is. You know, your board pops up, the pieces fall out, and you have to start all over again. You can't just walk away from it and say, oh, fuck it, this game sucks. Well, exactly. That's what life is like. Life throws challenges at you. You have to do it all over. You have to reset the whole board all over again and figure out the best way to get all the pieces back into that board and hit that timer without that board popping up and fucking up your game. There's right now, my friends and I were approached by other people that we know. We're kind of a solitary group. We're about 4 guys. We keep to ourselves. And we're not like your typical Pasadena homeless. And there's other homeless folks that kind of look at us and they call us like the library mafia gang. They say that in the sense that they hate it because they try to get in with our little group, and for the most part, all they do is they want to be loud, obnoxious, harass, steal things, draw attention. We don't want that. That's why I don't photograph my friends. That's why I don't drop their names. Maybe an initial, but I don't. I respect their privacy, and unless they want to be part of this, no, I'm not going to. But we have other people that, because we also do things. My other friends are very talented, electronic, one's a cook, you know, one does odd jobs, and we try to make money. You know, we try to have some money, and other people don't. They just want to float off on the system and not even try. And then they want to bring their troubles over to us, and we don't want the troubles. You know, it's hard enough, as I said all the time. Life is hard enough without bringing trouble and causing trouble and drawing attention to yourself in that capacity. So, I'm living the life. I know. Not scripted. Not preset. I'm just living the life. I mean, definitely, you're more than welcome. I mean, you can email me. If you don't believe me, email me. Say you want to come down here and meet me and see if who I am. Am I real? Am I really homeless? Am I really doing this? Am I just dressing up, being all disheveled, or trying to pretend that I'm having a heart? Email me. We'll set up a time. Come meet me. I wish I could say I'd buy you lunch, but I can't. But if you want to just come and see for yourself, if you think I'm more of an attraction, by all means. But no, my friends, this is real. I'm standing out here in the rain with my camera, making a video. So, no, and for you good folks, yeah, I know I don't have to explain myself. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But still, there shouldn't be any doubt. This is not one of those, what is that one show on YouTube that I like to watch every night? Oh, my redneck neighbor or my hillbilly neighbor. That's funny. Now that you could tell is totally scripted. There's a lot of stuff that's scripted. Yeah, you know. But for the most part, I think that when people talk about their homeless life and their situation out here in the streets, roughing it, whatever you want to call it, it's real. It takes, I'm not going to say I'm courageous, but it does take a lot of courage to be able to talk about what you're going through. I know my friends, they most certainly don't want to. I have quite a few friends that find it an embarrassment. You shouldn't be embarrassed of something that you can't control unless you purposely put yourself out here. And I've even mentioned that it's very, very few and far between that purposely put themselves out here. So, I'm living the life. Not the life of Riley, that's for damn sure. Far from it, because if I was, I'd be doing travel and food show. I'd be traveling. You want to know what one of my real ambitions is? Aside from maybe winning the lottery, first and foremost, I want to go all over around the world to every Disneyland on the planet, starting with Shanghai, and then spending a week or two at every Disneyland in the countries that they are in, and closing off a series in Anaheim and staying at California Grand Adventure for 2 weeks, and then just traveling. You know, I've never, other than going to Mexico, to Tijuana, Mazatlan, Vallarta, I've never really been out of the country. My desire is actually, I want to go to Japan. I love the Japanese culture. And I've always wanted to go see Japan. The countryside, I think the country is very beautiful. I'd love to see Mount Fuji and I want to eat real wasabi. I want some real Japanese sushi. So, yeah. I'm living the life. Oh, what a life. Grandiose, right? But yeah, I'm living the life. Yeah. So, just wanted to blurt that out to you folks. If you like what I'm doing, or you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, tell your friends and family about me, help me bring some awareness, help me help other homeless YouTubers and other YouTubers that focus on homelessness, because I try to put the links down below. I'm also going to put another link down below of another YouTube channel, James, Homeless Lives Matters. I have two good YouTube friends that focus on homeless, both opposite ends of the spectrum of homelessness. But both good people doing what they have to do to bring awareness to this. I'm bringing awareness for here in Pasadena in my best capacity. But yeah, they're totally different, opposite ends of the spectrum. But I care about them both, and I think they may not see eye to eye, but I'll tell you what, they're both being effective. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but take care of yourselves first. Love one another, help one another, be kind to each other. Don't be a barbecue Becky. Google or browser search barbecue Becky, for those of you if you haven't seen that viral video in Oakland. So that's the one that I've been tripping out on. I've been watching it since yesterday, and it's just like, wow, really? Don't take today for granted, or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull down your pants and slide on the ice. Do something nice. It's a very gloomy day here, but like I said, all in all, it's not so bad. I did a lot today. I got a lot accomplished towards my life, and hopefully, God, hopefully, I'll try to close this chapter of homeless in Pasadena. Although it's more like homeless in Seattle right now, but help me help those to bring awareness, because it's really getting bad out here. It's really getting thick, and alleviation of this economic state and state of homelessness in this country, and especially out here. I honestly, not to be a naysayer, but I don't think it's really going to get any better anytime soon. It just seems to get crazier and crazier. And what do they say? It's always going to get worse before it gets better. It's always darkest before the dawn. And yeah. And I'll tell you more about... Pardon me?
Taking a selfie?
I'm a YouTube creator.
A YouTube creator?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you online with other people? They follow you online?
I have my own show, yes.
Oh, okay. Can I say hi to the people online? Hi, everybody.
What's
Hi
your name?
online. My name is Michael.
Michael.
Hi, everybody online.
I'm Carlos. My friends call me Carlos, but I'm Charles.
And this is Carlos. This is Carlos. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael. I'm homeless out here in Pasadena.
How long have you been out here?
I've been out here about 3-4 months. But I'm homeless out here, but God bless everybody.
Better out here, or where you were from, or a little bit easier out here?
Yeah, a little easier Pasadena.
Yeah.
I'm from Pasadena, but I was in LA, but
LA's bad, huh?
bad. So
Yeah.
I said I'd rather be homeless in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's what I tell my friends and stuff. So yeah. All right, from Pasadena, Michael and Charlie, you folks have a beautiful day.
God bless y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.